Now, slight change of tactics for today. We're still using the centre pin. We're using an old Rovex John Wilson. God, remember him? No, that was a fisherman. John Wilson Barbel quiver. Right. Okay. Now this is a multi-section rod. You can fiddle and foof about with all sorts of bits to make up all sorts of lengths. Today's variation, we've got the butt section without the extra 18-inch piece. We then got a top section with a interchangeable quiver tip on the top there. Today we've got the heaviest quiver tip, which is bright yellow, which is great for night fishing, which we will not be doing, but there we are. Now, we've upgraded our line after our last trip, because the 8 pound was proving, well, shall we say, I was a little nervous to lean on the fish more than absolutely necessary. And we did have a couple of snap-offs at the hook. So, we've now gone up to a Maxima 10 pound. But that still goes straight through to a size 4 hook. Now, the reason for this light ledger rig is I've got a lead-free little bomb here. I can't read it, it's probably the equivalent of ½ ounce or something like that, and I'm using a bait stop. Now the reason for the bait stop is twofold. One is you can slide it up and down easily. It'll hold the weight in place, but you can slide it up and down to adjust the length of your hook length. You see? To adjust your hook length. Clever that. Also, if you have any kind of knot or swivel or any other gear between your main line and your hook length, if that weight gets snagged up on something on the bottom, or the fish snaps the line, it could end up with the hook length and the hook in its mouth. With this system, if the weight gets caught up on something, it can pull that stop down to the hook. So the only thing that's likely to give is the knot on your hook. So you don't end up with a fish swimming around with a hook length in its mouth. And that's my reasoning. Can't think of any other excuse, but there we are. That's it. So more trick with the tin of luncheon meat and an apple core. Just shove that down in there like that. Give it a twist. Pull it out. Put the tin down. Roll into the booger. Now we can either break a piece off with our thumb, or if we want to be fancy, we can find the scissors. You can just cut a little piece like that, and the size 4 hook will go through that easily. Right. Excuse me while I put the rod down, and we will bait up, and we will bait up in the usual style. Simple piece of luncheon meat out of the apple core, size 4. We shove it like that. Oops. No, we don't do it like that. We actually get a bit deeper. We push it all the way through. Yes, it's a bit of a faddle. And this piece of meat could have been a bit narrower. Oh, there it is. It's come out the side, but never mind. We just turn it round and pop it back in. Now, if you're using one of the firm luncheon meats, that will hold well enough until a fish has got it in his gob. Right, I'm talking fishes and gobs. Hopefully there'll be one just in front of us. And we're going to start fishing quite close and then work our way out into the flow. Wish me luck. Now, I'm going to take up the slack, just gently like that. We want to keep a little bit of slack on, we don't want it tight to the lead. There we are, the tip's just bouncing now as the lead's moving. Now we put the ratchet on, like that. So if a fish takes that now, the reel will scream and let out line. At that point, you grab it, pick it up, and hope the fish is there. If not, we're going to look a bit daft, aren't we? Anyhow, that's the setup. It's schoolboy stuff. No fancy rigs, no dramas. And now we just sit down and wait. This is a very lazy way of fishing. We've got the net there ready, and we've got the bait there ready, and we've got our way sling. Now obviously, if we land a fish here, we're probably going to have to take it up there onto the bank, where there's some nice long wet grass, to unhook it and put it in here. So that needs to be up there. Now you see, I haven't had to stand here watching the float, because I'll know if there's a bite, because that will start singing. Lovely. Yeah, well, he's pulling well. That's a nice fish. As soon as we picked up the flask, that's not fighting like a chub at all, but it is a chub. There we go. So there we are. First fish on the light ledger gear. Apparently there was somebody in here yesterday in this swim, and they didn't get a fish all day. I just do not understand it. Come on, out you come, baby. Yeah, feels like a chub. Come on. Yep, come. Hey, doesn't like the light. Are you a vampire? Oh, it's a nice fish. Oh, that's a nice chub, that one. Get him in the weigh scales. Come on, keep your head up. Keep your head up. In you come. In you come. There we go. So you can't see that coming in, maybe on the other camera. Job, job. I reckon that's £4. We've got a monster on here that is not slowing down. I'm trying to hold him on £10 line, but he's definitely taking me for a walk under the trees. Oh, I was just nodding off there as well. Now I think he's taken me right into that snag, and I'll try and get him out. Oh, he's still pulling. It's definitely a barbel the way he's going. But I can't hold him. Oh, my thumb is clamped on this reel and he's definitely giving it some. I think I might have got a bit on him. I'm bringing him back under that tree. Oh, cheers. That was the most delicate of bites. Definitely on some sort of snag. Oh no, he's still kicking. He's definitely on a snag. Oh. Oh. Come on. Come on, out from under that tree. This is the problem I've got, is that big willow goes right down into the water there. And they know it. Come on, baby. No, he's locked in solid now. Oh, I just couldn't stop it. I mean, I've had £22 carp on this thing. I could stop them. I could not stop him. Be off now.